The story of the Hope Diamond begins long before it found its home at the Smithsonian Institution in Washington, D.C. It starts in India, where the diamond was originally mined. It's believed to have been part of a larger gem, a massive 115-carat stone, which was once a sacred idol in the temple of a Hindu goddess, Sita, in the 17th century. Legends say that the gem was stolen by a French merchant, Jean-Baptiste Tavernier, who brought it to Europe. This theft, some believe, set the stage for a series of unfortunate events that would plague everyone who came into contact with the Hope Diamond for centuries. As Tavernier sold the gemstone to King Louis XIV of France, it was recut to a size that we recognize today, approximately 45.52 carats, its signature deep blue hue sparkling with an eerie beauty. King Louis, who was known for his lavish taste, famously wore the diamond as part of his royal insignia. It wasn't long after this acquisition that the diamond's dark reputation began to spread. Tavernier, who had set the curse in motion, is said to have met a gruesome end. After selling the diamond to Louis XIV, Tavernier made a return trip to India, where he was reportedly mauled to death by wild dogs, his life cut short in a savage and fittingly tragic manner. This marked the first of many eerie deaths connected to the diamond, with whispers of the curse being passed down through generations. The Hope Diamond's misfortune did not end with Tavernier's death. After the diamond's acquisition by Louis XIV, the stone continued to bring about tragedy, especially for those close to it. Louis XIV's reign ended with his death, and the Hope Diamond passed through the hands of subsequent French monarchs. It was worn by Queen Marie Antoinette, who, in addition to enduring a deeply troubled reign, was executed during the French Revolution. Her tragic fate only added to the growing belief that the Hope Diamond carried with it a curse that would doom anyone who owned it. But the story did not stop there. The diamond's dark journey continued as it passed through the hands of several other owners, each meeting a tragic or untimely death. The most prominent and chilling of these owners was King Louis XVI, who also met his death in the French Revolution. He and Marie Antoinette both were executed by guillotine in 1793. It seemed that with each successive owner of the Hope Diamond, the curse grew stronger, striking down the rich, powerful, and influential with an unsettling frequency. Even those who came into contact with the diamond in lesser ways experienced misfortune. Was the curse a mere superstition, or was there some dark, tangible force at play? The next key chapter in the Hope Diamond story occurred when it was stolen during the 1792 robbery of the French crown jewels. The thief, a man named Jean-Baptiste Lemoyne, was caught and imprisoned, but the diamond was never recovered. The fate of the stone remained a mystery for several decades, fueling speculation that the curse itself had claimed yet another victim. In the mid-19th century, the diamond resurfaced in London, where it was sold to a wealthy British banker, Henry Philip Hope, who purchased it in 1839. It was after his acquisition of the stone that the diamond became known as the Hope Diamond, named after its new owner. However, even after the stone was sold to a British family, the dark hand of the curse continued to follow it. Henry Philip Hope's family, though wealthy, suffered from a string of misfortunes. Some of his descendants died in mysterious or untimely circumstances, and several of them, who had enjoyed great wealth, lost it all. The repeated misfortunes were so disturbing that it was said the Hope family became fearful of the diamond's curse. They took extraordinary measures to keep it hidden away, afraid to display the jewel publicly. Despite their best efforts to avoid it, the diamond's curse never ceased to haunt them. With the passing of the Hope family's fortune, the Hope Diamond was eventually sold to a series of owners, some of whom were connected to Hollywood's glamorous elite. It was during this time that the diamond truly became part of popular culture, attracting more attention than ever before. Yet, even in the glittering world of fame and fortune, the diamond's curse was not satisfied. There were still those who would pay the ultimate price. Each owner of the Hope Diamond seemed to suffer grave losses, either through personal tragedy, financial ruin, or worse. And so, the legend of the Hope Diamond grew stronger, and its curse gained a chilling reputation as it passed from hand to hand. The curse of the Hope Diamond became a widely recognized and deeply feared legend, not only among jewelers but also within the broader public. It wasn't simply a matter of bad luck, it was a matter of life and death. Over the centuries, as the stone's owners came and went, it seemed that its power to bring tragedy and suffering only grew more potent. Even after it was brought to the United States in the 1940s, the fear surrounding the Hope Diamond was very real. Perhaps no one understood the full extent of the curse more than its final owner, Evelyn Walsh McLean, an American socialite who purchased the diamond in 1912. McLean, who lived a life of both splendor and hardship, believed that she could overcome the curse of the diamond. She wore it on occasion and even allowed it to be photographed for public consumption. Yet, over the course of her life, she suffered immense personal losses. Her son, who had been a bright and promising young man, tragically died in a car accident. McLean herself fell into financial ruin, and by the time of her death in 1947, she had lost much of her wealth. Despite all her attempts to ignore the whispers of the curse, McLean's life had been forever marked by its dark influence. After her passing, the diamond was donated to the Smithsonian Institution in Washington, D.C., where it remains today. Some wonder if, even now, the curse continues to loom over the jewel, hidden away in the museum's vaults, untouched but still capable of wreaking havoc on anyone who comes too close. The presence of the Hope Diamond at the Smithsonian has made it one of the world's most famous and sought-after gemstones, drawing millions of visitors every year. But for those who know the story behind it, the allure of the diamond is tinged with a sense of dread. Could it truly bring misfortune, or is the curse simply a product of superstition? Whatever the answer, the Hope Diamond remains one of the most enigmatic and powerful symbols of the strange connection between human history, wealth, and the supernatural. Part 2. The Modern Day and the Continuing Curse of the Hope Diamond. The allure of the Hope Diamond in modern times is undeniable. As it resides within the vaults of the Smithsonian Institution, its eerie reputation continues to attract both fascination and trepidation from those who study it and those who simply marvel at its beauty. Yet, the dark history surrounding the diamond has not been forgotten. The stone's journey from the depths of ancient India to the bustling halls of the Smithsonian has left an indelible mark on the imaginations of many. The question remains, does the curse still linger even today? The Hope Diamond's arrival in the United States in 1949 was a momentous occasion. It was purchased by socialite Evelyn Walsh McLean, who had suffered immeasurable loss during her ownership of the stone. Yet, it was through McLean that the diamond's reputation grew to new heights. For she was not just a regular diamond owner, Evelyn was part of the social elite. She was a wealthy Washington, D.C. resident, married to the son of a powerful mining magnate. In acquiring the Hope Diamond, she believed that she could escape its curse, or at the very least, control its influence. But this belief proved to be her downfall. Over the years, McLean's life was marked by immense tragedy. In 1929, her son, who had been a promising young man, was tragically killed in a car accident. Despite her public persona and financial success, McLean was plagued by grief, and her connection to the Hope Diamond seemed to deepen her misery. The diamond that once shone so brightly now cast a shadow over her life, bringing her pain in ways she could not have anticipated. It was as if the curse was always one step ahead, waiting to claim its next victim. Her connection to the diamond also seemed to tarnish her fortune. While McLean had once enjoyed immense wealth, the diamond's curse seemed to take a toll on her finances. She lost her fortune in the stock market crash of 1929, and while she tried to regain control of her wealth, it was clear that the Hope Diamond had played a role in her fall from grace. There were also rumors that McLean had been deeply fearful of the diamond's power, yet, despite her anxiety, she couldn't part with it. She continued to wear it at parties and events, unwilling to relinquish her claim to the stone. In doing so, she seemed to ignore the ominous warnings surrounding her, tempting fate in a way that few others dared. It was after McLean's death in 1947 that the diamond's curse continued to cast its shadow over its new caretakers. The stone was eventually sold to the Smithsonian Institution in 1958, where it became one of the most famous and beloved exhibits in the world. But this did not stop the whispers of its dark influence from circulating. In fact, Its presence at the Smithsonian seemed to solidify the belief that the curse was far from over. The Hope Diamond may have been locked away in a museum, but for those who came into contact with it, there was a lingering sense that the gemstone carried with it something far more dangerous than its mere beauty. Throughout the years, several incidents have occurred involving the Hope Diamond that have reinforced its eerie reputation. Some people, upon viewing the diamond, have experienced feelings of unease or dread, as though the stone's dark energy was reaching out to them. These strange occurrences seem to come in waves. Visitors to the Smithsonian have reported feeling chills, dizziness, and an overwhelming sense of foreboding while in the room with the diamond. Is it merely the power of suggestion at work, or is there something more insidious at play? Some have even gone so far as to say that the diamond's presence can be felt before they even see it, with the air around the stone seeming to grow colder, heavier. A particularly chilling incident occurred in 1972, when a researcher at the Smithsonian working on the diamond's cataloging reported experiencing strange, vivid dreams after spending time with the stone. These dreams, according to the researcher, were not merely ordinary dreams but vivid nightmares of drowning, being pursued by unknown forces, and being trapped in endless darkness. The dreams were so disturbing that the researcher found himself unable to sleep for days on end, and he eventually requested to be reassigned. Was it simply stress, or was the curse manifesting itself in yet another victim? This episode, like many others connected to the Hope Diamond, left the researcher unsettled and fearful of what the stone represented. Even the security around the Hope Diamond is not immune to the stone's reputation. On numerous occasions, staff at the Smithsonian have reported strange occurrences in the vaults where the diamond is stored. Items have gone missing, security systems have malfunctioned, and staff members have heard unexplained noises echoing through the corridors in the dead of night. Some security personnel have even spoken of hearing what sounded like faint whispering voices when no one else was present. Of course, it is possible that these incidents were the result of human error or coincidence, but it's hard to deny that such strange happenings seem to surround the diamond wherever it goes. The presence of the stone seems to affect the environment in ways that cannot be easily explained, making one wonder if the curse is still active in the modern world. Despite its ominous reputation, the Hope Diamond remains one of the most popular and visited objects at the Smithsonian. It attracts millions of visitors each year, all eager to catch a glimpse of the gemstone that has captured the world's attention for centuries. Yet, for those who are aware of its dark history, the question lingers: should it be on display at all? Given the deaths, misfortunes, and strange occurrences tied to its past, is it possible that displaying such a powerful object could be dangerous? The answer is unclear, but the fact remains that the Hope Diamond continues to inspire awe, fear, and wonder in equal measure. Part 3. The curse continues. Is the Hope Diamond still dangerous? As we move into the final chapter of the Hope Diamond story, the lingering question that remains is whether the curse still holds power today. The diamond's fame has only grown in the modern world, and its place in history is secure. But for those who believe in the supernatural, the question is more than just idle speculation. It's a chilling reality. Is the Hope Diamond still capable of bringing tragedy to those who come into its orbit? The diamond's most recent caretakers, the staff of the Smithsonian, are well aware of the rumors and stories that surround it. While there's little concrete evidence to support the idea that the curse is anything more than superstition, there is no denying the strange events that have taken place around the Hope Diamond. Many people believe that there's more to the gemstone than meets the eye, that the strange coincidences and misfortunes that have plagued its history are a direct result of a malevolent force connected to the stone. Could the curse still be active? Or is it simply a tale of old, kept alive by the power of legend? If you ever find yourself in Washington, D.C., and decide to visit the Smithsonian Institution, you might just find yourself standing before the Hope Diamond. As you gaze at its mesmerizing beauty, ask yourself, what is it that you're truly seeing? Is it a priceless jewel, or is it something darker, something that has been passed down through history, waiting to claim yet another victim? We may never know the true answer, but one thing is certain. The Hope Diamond remains one of the most intriguing and mysterious objects on Earth. Its legacy, marked by tragedy, loss, and supernatural lore, continues to captivate the minds of those who come into contact with it. Is it merely the power of suggestion, or is there a real, tangible curse that binds the Hope Diamond to those who possess it? The answer may never be fully revealed, but for those who dare to believe, the curse of the Hope Diamond lives on. So, what do you think? Is the Hope Diamond truly cursed, or is it just an ancient legend passed down through the ages? If you're brave enough, consider visiting the Smithsonian and standing before the Hope Diamond yourself. Will you feel its power, or will you be just another curious observer? The choice is yours, but remember, history has shown that the Hope Diamond has a way of affecting those who come too close. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more captivating tales of history's most mysterious and haunted artifacts.